Now my little guy has got this Gravedigger remote control car, and it's USB rechargeable. It's got a little USB cable in there, and it says here, batteries inside this toy are not replaceable. And man, this thing is really slowing down. Doesn't last very long on a charge. And it's kind of annoying that it says batteries inside this toy are not replaceable, because we live in America and we put Milwaukee batteries on everything. Oh yeah, that's got some snot now. This thing was real slow. Check it out. 15 bucks. Well, this is an actual Milwaukee one that came with my rechargeable. You can see we're rough with this guy. I'm gonna fix that too. Look at all this space inside. You could put an M18 in here. So I'm just using the USB output straight into it. Had two 3.7 batteries in parallel, so 3.7 volts. So out of this you get 5 volts, 2 amps, way more than it got out of the crappy little batteries. I'll show a picture of it. And it's still circuit protected to like 3.7 volts. I checked it at the motors. So you could give it a little bit more and it really doesn't seem like it would hurt it. It has a regulator in it. Because I thought about getting the connector for, where is it? There. That's 12 volts, 3 amps out. And 12 volting them if they were in series or whatever equals 3.7 to 3.7 together, you know, 6 to 8 volts. I was going to mess with that, but it's kind of nice that it was extremely simple. I'll show how I did it then. Pull these guys up, get the glue off the board, get the glue off the things, and then I was trying to desolder them nicely and I ended up just snapping them off, figuring what the hell am I trying to be so nice to this for? It's just it's a board soldered to a board, right? So I will bridge the farthest to the nearest because they were in, guys, don't kill me, it's parallel or series. Parallel, series, same voltage on both ends. They weren't doing the multiplier or whatever. So I just want to put 5 volts from this guy across both things and see if I can still make it work. Ta-da! Otherwise I got to do like jumpers or something. Okay, since I'm not the greatest with electronics, took me a few tries, but to make the series batteries connections work, I had to go to the 2 center posts. I don't know how they're divvied up, and I mean, if you trace it, it looks like they go around a few spots, but all I did was jump around a little bit. Nothing was working without the batteries till I went from this post to this post. So that's the positive and the negatives in the center. Obviously, you may have to do some simple troubleshooting just like that. So there it is. And then here, how I've been testing it is I have the engine, the rear engine right here, and this says, it actually says forward, backwards, and this says left and right. Oh no, that's the input. This says left and right. So that's left and right. That's the USB charger input pigtail, which is probably just going to get thrown in the trash or used since it's a nice power plug. So that's what I got. And I'll show you, I'll plug it in quick and then show you. Then very simply, you turn on your Milwaukee guy that's outputting 5 volts. This even has on the PCB, it says on. It says it on the plastic too underneath. And then that's it. Now it sounds weak. I don't know if I need to get bigger wires. I'm going to figure out the amperage draw. Sometimes it seems good, sometimes it seems bad. Maybe I'm missing something else here. Or I may just end up having to use the bigger 12 volt outlet to get the amps. I don't know. Maybe it was running a decent amount of amps, but getting there. We'll figure it out. So I only have the motor hooked up, the back, no steering, but it seems like that's just all the power it has. It has awful gearing to begin with because it has big tires and this tiny motor. They obviously like repurposed some smaller car and made it just this empty shell. And it drives just as good as it did or better. I mean, it was always, it was trying to drive over and into this stuff, so that's why it was like, whirr, because if you bump it into something like a Matchbox car, it struggles to get over it. You got to hit it with the speed because it just doesn't have a good gear ratio. So it seems fine. I'm going to put it back together as is and try to package it better and go from there. Well, if you know me well enough, I mean, if it works on 3 and 5 volts, will it work on 12 volts? So I got this guy, this nice clean 12 volt 1 amp that I use for a lot of testing to make sure stuff is good. It can't hurt anything. It automatically resets. It'll just, you can just touch it and it'll just reset a million times. Oh, so at the risk of, I mean, this thing's not that great to begin with. Oh, I saw some smoke go out. I think that was a fuse LED. So an LED lit up, and then I thought I saw something. It might have just been me. Did we see anything? Did that part of the integrated circuit IC burn right there? Not sure. Well, here. So the light came on and went out. I think that circuit or one of these guys puffed on me. Oh. Yep. 12 volts. Too much, boys. Oh boy, good night. Sweet prince.